for forgive or excuse. You know, like you could say, you might offend the brother, so to speak, and you might say, Salakia, brother. You know, or you might, the brother might be in the way and you're trying to get by, and you might say, Salakia, brother, like excuse me. You know, so Salakia could either be forgive or excuse.
Hear, listen.
Right, to hear or to listen is the word Shemai. Now, the word Shemai, and in the future, Lord's will, we'll try to go through the names of the tribes. The word Shemai is from the Hebrew word, or there's another word, the tribe of Simeon, Shemai one, which means affliction heard.
Yeah, I just wanted to say one thing to back up what you saying. Salakia, now he says Salakia, brother. Actually, you can say Salakia Akya. Because remember the last episode, they mentioned Ak, because there's a big confusion with Ak. Or if I call a brother in Hebrew, brother, Ak, if I'm talking to more than one brother, normally Jake would say ox. It's not ox, it's ak yum. But if I'm talking to one brother and I'm saying my brother, I would say ak ya, or I would say salak ak ya, or salak ya. Salak means excuse my or excuse me. Salak ya ak ya. Excuse me, my brother. Akya is ak, brother. Ya at the end is my. Excuse me, my brother.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. The subject is always first, so it'll actually be akya salakya. But sometimes people will say it backwards. You get the understanding. But the proper grammar would be akya salak. Akya salakya.
Right, you know, and then, you know, that's why we're going through these Hebrew lessons, because another term that brothers kind of mess up on, which, you know, we're not getting down on you, brothers. We're just going through this Hebrew so you can know. Like brothers will call other brothers malaks. Now the word malak is king, and then when they call them malaks, they're really saying kings, but really it should be malak yum with a ya and a ma at the end. Malak yum, which is kings plural.
Okay. Let's see.
Right, and if you were saying like my king, what you would do is you would add a ya at the end of the word. Malak ya, which is my king. Like if you have a king, like if you was, let's say if you were speaking to and calling Yahawashi your king, you would say Malak ya Yahawashi, or my king Yahawashi, because that's how you construct it. Now sometimes you might have a word with a ya at the end already, which that's the way the word is constructed. But if you add a ya at the end of a word, it usually makes it a my, me or my.
Israel.
Right, now Israel is another good word in the Hebrew. See, because the problem with Jake is, I mean, the Most High blinded a certain amount of Israelites, but the problem with Jake is that they don't know their nationality. Now, for you to know, if you're going to get into something, you have to know the origins of it. Right? Like, for instance, let's say you call yourself an Israelite. You have to know what the word Israel means. The word Israel comes from the Hebrew word Yasha'Allah. Right? Yasha'Allah, Yah at the beginning of a word is he. Shar, S-H-A-R, Shar is king, and then Allah is God or power. Yasha'Allah. He is a prince of the power, or he is a prince with God. That's what the name Yasha'Allah means. And then we know people are going to have problems with this, but we don't give a damn, all right? Because we're going to teach the word of the Lord, all right? So now the word Israel is Yasha'Allah, meaning he prince of God, or he prince with God.
Jerusalem.
Right, Jerusalem. That's another good one. Jerusalem is Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim. Now Yerushalayim, Yerah is city, and Shalom is peace. See, and the reason why the Most High called it Jerusalem, because it was building on another, because the original name of the land of Jerusalem was Jebus, after the Jebusites. But the Most High calls it, to be called Jerusalem, or city of peace, because of the fact that the Most High was going to bring peace between the nation, between himself and the nation of Israel. So after a certain period of time, what happened was that the Most High, when we broke the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, he turned his back on us, and he took his peace from us. So then the peace had to return back. That's why, like Paul quoted scriptures from the Old Testament. He said, "Beautiful are the feet of them that preach glad tidings of peace." Because that was the Most High bringing his peace back to the nation of Israel. That's why the name of the land was called Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, which means the city of peace.
Judgment.
Right. Judgment is Shabbat, or should I say judge is Shabbat. Judgment is Mashapat. I'm sorry, Mashapat. Now, ma at the beginning of a word is of or from. Shapat is to judge. You can see it could either be a judge or it could be to judge. So then when you pronounce in judgment, it's mashapat, of or from judgment. Okay, so mashapat is judgment. Like if you putting up a curse on somebody, you could ask the Most High to bring judgment upon them. Mashapat yum, or judgment upon them.
Kingdom.
Right, kingdom is malak wath, because the word malak is king, and then the wath at the end makes it plural, because a kingdom, the way where the kingdom is going to be set up is like in a even though it's men, it's in a sense of a woman, right? Because we're married to the Most High, and then the Most High is going to, now that Yahushua came and he shed his blood on the cross, so to speak, and the kingdom is given unto him, the Most High transferred everything unto him. That's why right now what we're doing is we're preparing you brothers through the marriage supper right now, to getting you prepared, should I say, rehearsing, so that when Yahushua comes back, we can be married unto him. Like Paul said, to present you as a chaste virgin to the Lord.
Right. I believe also in Revelation, it speaks of as a bride adorned to her husband, and the husband being Yahushua, and we being the bride.
Right, and the adorning part is what? Learning the scriptures, learning your nationality, learning the proper breakdown of the scriptures, getting prepared for what's coming, because there's bad times coming, man. There's bad times coming to America, and right now we're at the tip of it, right at the, just before it all breaks loose, you know. And that swine flu could be the very beginning of what's to come. That's where the Lord said, look, the world is going to rejoice, but you shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. So the Lord also said, when you see these things happening, all these wars, rumors of wars, all these pestilence, all the stuff going on around the world, the calamities of the earth, he said, lift your head up, because your redemption draws near, or draws nigh. All right? So that's the time that we're living in.